Hello there, friends, and welcome to episode 37 of Ilum Radio. We're your host, David Beard Menace, and with me always is my good friend and pal, Millie. How you doing tonight, Millie?
I'm not okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of sad things to talk about tonight.
Both in real life and in fiction, so not just in the Bad Batch episode, but also in the real world.
Yep.
I want to talk about that.
So first thing we're going into tonight, my friends, is some really sad news. Obviously, if you're watching this, you probably already know, but unfortunately, Angie Mayhew, wife of Peter Mayhew, passed away yesterday. Today is, as of this recording, it is March 3rd, 2023. She passed away yesterday, Sunday, April.
She actually, so she actually passed away on April Fool's Day, unfortunately.
Oh.
So the night she passed was April 1st, and then they announced the next
April
day
2nd.
that she passed last night, according to the tweet.
Gotcha. According to the tweet from the Peter Mayhew Foundation, this is exactly from the Peter Mayhew Foundation. It is with a heavy heart that we announce the passing of our beloved Angie Mayhew. After complications from a double heart valve replacement surgery, she has joined her beloved Peter Mayhew in the stars. Her kindness, love, and generosity will always be remembered. Peter Mayhew passed away back in 2019, I believe.
2019, correct.
Yep. So 2019. And he did say some not spooky fact, but interesting fact before about like Rhode Island Comic-Con. Sometimes it's like their last hurrah for things. So yeah.
She was at Rhode Island Comic-Con this past Rhode Island Comic-Con.
I think I missed that one too, dang it.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
You're not the only one.
But yeah, she was definitely
crossing fingers this year.
I know, right? She definitely was a figure in the Star Wars universe, obviously because of Peter Mayhew, but also like a lot of what she contributed to it on her own.
And she's also really she was really active in the fan community too. She's also like both a honorary member for, I believe, both the 501st and Rebel Legion.
Ooh.
So she was really involved with both of the clubs as well, as far as I know. And I know a lot of local 501st folks up here knew her personally.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Huh.
Yeah, like I know a couple people have had her in contact for years and years and years, well before I even joined. But I can't really speak for them because I haven't been in the Legion for that long, and COVID years don't really count, so.
Fair.
Yeah, because I joined late 2019, right before the pandemic hit. So that was an interesting time, so. Thankfully, I'm getting a lot more involved in the community now that the COVID restrictions have lifted. I won't say the pandemic has ended, that there's still kind of a...
It's still out there somewhere. It's still
out there, but it's not as bad as it was in 2020.
Yeah. 2020 was a very weird year for a lot of things. But yeah, that's the first part of the sad news that we did for this episode. Real life sad news. But with that said, terrible segue, David. Let's get into the season finale of The Bad Batch. That is what we're talking about tonight. Now, yes, we know it was 2 episodes. We know it was 17 and 18. But considering... I'm sorry, 15 and 16. But considering they were released literally at the same time, and one right after another, and it just felt like one long episode. Let's just get into it, shall we?
Yeah.
Where do you want to start first?
I don't know. I'm too sad right now. I'm still not over what happened.
So, obviously, there was a lot of foreshadowing in this. Okay.
Yes, there was. Oh my god. I mean, yeah. Okay.
I didn't call it until Fee. Okay, so let's just go into it. We lost a member of the Bad Batch. We lost Tech. Like in the middle of episode 16. In the middle of episode 16, we find out what Plan 99 is, which is terrible. Like, if you watched our last podcast, listen to the last podcast, you know we thought it was something completely different. Like, I did not expect that. Like shit.
Heck.
I know.
Heck, why? Why?
I'm just gonna say it out loud now.
You better live like Bucky Barnes. I swear to God.
That's what I'm
Please.
thinking. I don't think he died, because that specific scene.
If you compare Tech and Bucky's death in the first Avenger, like their death or Bucky's death is very similar to how Tech supposedly died. Now, I believe he's still around because supposedly Hemlock found him and grabbed his goggles. That explains a lot.
So you're gonna sit here, okay?
Yeah.
So they're gonna sit here and tell us. Like, I honestly do think Tech is alive.
I think they're gonna find the evidence on Tech's goggles because it's canon that Tech records everything through his goggles.
Yep.
So maybe they'll find a recording of the fall and maybe him surviving. Somehow.
Maybe.
This is me being delusional and being like, oh, Tech lives. Hashtag Tech lives.
Well, here's my thing. Here's why I think he is alive. He might be very effing hurt and damaged.
Yeah.
But you're telling me Hemlock, this crazy psychotic motherfucker, wouldn't find a way to keep Tech alive and work with his specific DNA of like the stuff he can learn and do. Granted, he has Omega now.
And
Crosshair. And the good doctor that we freaking called being a clone, which was amazing.
I called it too.
No,
I was the one that brought it up.
You called the one that you called that is a clone, and you're telling me this dude is not going to try to keep Crosshair alive? Like, BS. I am sure he's going to try to keep Crosshair alive. There is no doubt about it.
Now that raises the question if, like, there are more female clones out there other than Sister and Mary Carr in Omega. I mean, okay, in Legends, there was... Jango Fett actually had a sister.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. But, like, she had blonde hair.
So...
But, It's pretty wild.
And it's Legends, so it's not really there, but it kind of sort of is. It's a weird gray area until we hear something in The Mandalorian.
But then
maybe.
again, there have been some Legends characters that have been brought into canon, so we will see what happens.
Yeah. But
I wonder why Omega is so important, because Emery Carr, who is a clone, a female clone, like an age accelerated female clone. Omega's a regular altered female clone.
Well, Omega was important for this whole entire thing because without Omega, Nala Se would not do what Hemlock wanted her to do. Hemlock needed Omega to make Nala Se do stuff. That's what makes Omega so important. Mm-hmm. I don't think Hemlock gives a fuck about Omega, other than using her as a tool for Nala Se. In fact, I don't even think Hemlock knows how important Omega is, or what she's capable of. Or
Ken might know because he's met her before.
He's met her, but I don't think he really... He knows she's a female clone, yes, but there's something very important about her that we don't know yet, that I am guessing Hemlock doesn't know yet, that Nala Se knows.
Right. And I think maybe that's what he's trying to get information out of.
Maybe. Because we still don't know. And this basically tells us season 3 is going to be one wild fucking season. Because
Okay, I feel like they delayed the season of Bad Batch intentionally to like end it right before Celebration starts because they are having a panel dedicated to season 2 of the Bad Batch at Celebration this
Mm-hmm.
year. So
Mm-hmm.
if they do this like Clone Wars 10-year anniversary, they're gonna announce a new season at the panel. Or
I
they're gonna have to because it's heavily implied that there's going to be a third season. It's not confirmed, but it's heavily implied in these last 2 episodes.
and
Very heavily implied. And
and
this
some
really is truly the last season. Then this series ended very poorly. Like
no, I don't think
nothing was wrapped up. There's definitely going to be a third season.
yeah,
For sure.
exactly. I agree. And like the way, if you look at the timing, well, I don't know why I didn't see this before. And I know you've mentioned it several times, but this weekend is Celebration, and
Mm-hmm.
it makes sense now why they had the 2 episode premieres every
I
now
feel
and
like
then.
that's why they had the delay because they knew when Celebration was going to happen, and if they end Bad Batch right before Celebration starts, they'll have a perfect time to talk about the second season and then announce it. So third season's in the works,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or is almost done secretly because you'll never know with animation.
Nope. And
And they probably finished months ago, but then they delayed it to like have it closer to Celebration.
I agree. I'm just hoping that like Filoni doesn't do what he did with Rebels, where it's like they have the panel, they talk about it, they bring up some like Bad Batch cosplayers, and then he says, "I have to tell you this, but this is going to be the last season of Clone Wars. Give us two. Give us. We've said it before last episode. Give us 5 fucking seasons, Filoni. Give us 5 seasons, Disney. Like for fuck's sake. Like there's still a huge long story to tell. I hope anyway, but." Yeah, like I
There's
think
also Jedi Survivor coming out this month too. I just realized.
April 28th, I think, is the release of it. So who knows
Yeah,
what we'll
after
hear.
Celebration. Way after Celebration.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But I digress. Tech is alive. I'm just gonna say he's alive.
I agree.
We're probably gonna see him in a back to tank.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Or maybe, you know, as a cruel joke, they put his body, his consciousness, his brain into like a droid or something. Who knows? Like,
Oh my god.
they did it with Grievous.
One of those.
They kind of did it with Grievous.
They did. Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I had a feeling the moment.
Or Hemlock turns him into like the Winter Soldier type character.
Yeah.
Because if you remember earlier on in the season, we saw a clone whose memories was wiped, no like trace of his identity.
Mm-hmm.
He's just fighting for whoever, and was being like Crosshair.
Yep. No, it's true. It's absolutely true.
So Tech could end up being one of those guys, like end up being like that and encountering the Batch in that state.
I totally agree. I 100% agree. Where's that going? Where was I going with this?
I want to see fan arts of like Winter Soldier Tech, like with
Oh,
he doesn't have the goggles. I want to see fan art of that so bad. Like I want to see Tech with like a little longer hair and no goggles and his face all beaten up from the fall and stuff like that. Oh my god, please I just need the Tech alive AU. I'm saying AU because not confirmed or denied by anybody, so it's up in the air.
Hang on.
But Wikipedia does say he died, but I don't trust that, so.
Yeah, like it's we don't know yet. That's the thing. We don't know yet.
But they can change it, like at some point in the future. But for now, he's dead, according to Wikipedia. But
hang on a second. I'm actually quoting you right now on Twitter. I need fan art of Winter Soldier Tech.
I am very much surprised no one has made fan art of Winter Soldier Tech. Like, really, guys? Like, it's the most obvious parallel that I've.
It is, and we know I'm sure if we look hard enough, we'll find it.
No joke, Dave. I posted like parallel of Bucky's death and Tech's death on Twitter. Like the parallels are uncanny. Like if you looked at like the side-by-side comparison, if I could freaking find
Winter Soldier Tech.
Find.
I need fan art of Winter. All right, I'm tweeting this right now, people. I need fan art of Winter Soldier tech. Like.
Wait a minute. Where is it?
Hang on.
It's very much.
Here's a better proof.
Almost.
Haha, there he goes. Bong. Okay.
Come on. Come on. It's, yeah, okay.
But yeah, like, and the foreshadowing was definitely there because at the moment Fee showed some type of like emotion towards Tech, like that's where I kind of figured he's not going to come back. Like at all. That's where I kind of saw it with Fee, and
This is my tweet. The parallels. It's blurred because I posted it the day it came out, so that's why it's like spoilered.
Hang on, let me look it up on the phone really quick. The Discord on the phone, so I can like put it in the thing a little bit easier. Ah. Yeah, you are not wrong.
See? Yep, see? Mm-hmm,
Yep,
mm-hmm.
you are not wrong at all. I mean, he's alive. I don't care what anyone says. He's fucking alive. Like, I'm sure he is. Hemlock would keep him alive. Hemlock would do shit to him. And yes, Hemlock is going to turn him into the Winter Soldier in some way, shape, or form. So now, the Bad Batch is either A... Oh, and that's the other thing. They did this all to save Crosshair. And that's like the worst part. The worst part about this whole fucking episode, this whole like season finale is...
If you think about it, this is all Saw Gerrera's fault.
Yes. Oh my god. He just... Bro, I get... And I like that a lot because in Rogue One, they said Saw Gerrera was really extreme even for the rebels, right? And we just...
Krennic showed up.
Yeah, we got Krennic. We got freaking, like, Krennic up in there. Like...
Not director yet, because he doesn't have the rank bar.
Mm-hmm.
And the cape.
And what I love about this scene, especially when it got to the end, I don't know if it was this scene or the following one afterwards when they had, like, the hologram. He asked Krennic to talk about Project Stardust.
Oh, it's that scene. It's that exact scene that you're showing.
But yeah, okay. So yeah, it's Project Stardust. Like he mentioned it. He said it. It's like...
Which means Mark Omega means something in Rogue One that's somehow connected to this. Somehow. Because now that Krennic has shown up, this brings up a lot of things.
So... We can... I mean, I don't want to speculate too much about the next season because I want to like talk about all the shit that happened in this episode, in these two episodes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes, Saw Gerrera's fought.
Yeah, Krennic is voiced by Ben Middleston again. So
really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's in the credits. If you look at the credits.
No shit.
Yep. He somehow had a voice and I missed it, but I guess I was busy freaking out over Krennic. So there we go.
I mean, they're filming, or
I was like when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, is that Krennic? There's no way. And then the longer I looked at him, I was like, yep, that's definitely Krennic. And then I looked at the credits.
I mean, they're filming, or they're done filming, whether they're doing Secret Invasion, and he's in Secret Invasion, so they're probably like, hey, by the way, while you have downtime, can you record some lines for us?
Getting a season 2. Andor is getting a season 2 as well. I don't know if that's related. And maybe Krennic will be involved in that, considering his status at the moment in Bad Batch, even though it takes place a little bit after, years after, I should say.
Many years after.
He's still around.
Yeah, he still is.
Still alive and kicking.
At that point, he should definitely be director Krennic. So, yeah, like the whole. So let's break it, because this is supposed to be like an A equals B equals C for these guys. A, they go to the summit. to B,
Yes.
put a tracker on Hemlock's ship to go see where he is and get or track him to where he had the base is, the summit
We were
base.
half right about what the summit was about.
Yeah. Track
I
him.
didn't go to Coruscant though.
They didn't, which I'm kind of happy they didn't, considering how this all turned out. It made it hurt that much
We
more.
did see Rio Chichi again though, which was nice.
We did. Which when we got to that scene, I'm like, here it is. They're gonna do it on Coruscant. That they're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they went to freaking another world. Like
Which is actually apparently Tarkin's home planet.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and a High Republic planet, as far as I know. At Iyadu? I think that's the planet name.
Eriadu? Yeah.
Wait, where did Tech die? Hold on, where did Tech die? Because that's where he died. It's on Wikipedia, I know that. Like on Tech's page.
Yep, here it is. Eriadu.
Yeah. Tarkin's home planet. That's all I remember about this planet.
Eriadu was a terrestrial planet in the Eriadu system of the Seswena sector in the Outer Rim. The planet features mountains as well as jungles and had a black pall. Andu's chief industry and export revolved around Lomite, ore which was abundant on the planet. Eriadu was also the homeworld of Tarkin, the Tarkin family, including Grand Moff Wilhuff Tarkin.
Yep.
I didn't know his name was Wilhuff. Huh. Well, his first name was Wilhuff, huh?
Yep.
So cool. He's like, let's have the summit at my summer home, here in the Hamptons, basically.
Yeah. In my second home.
Yeah, my second home. Before my mobile home, my Death Star is built. So.
Too early for the Death Star at this point.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like it's going to be as like a summer home or as like traveling home.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's like it seemed. Were you nervous the entire time watching this? Like.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Yes, I was. I had a feeling someone was gonna die. I had a feeling.
Same.
One of them Bad Batchers.
It just.
I was afraid it was going to be like Wrecker.
Oh, that would have hurt.
Yeah, like either Wrecker or Tech. And when Tech sacrificed himself, I wasn't prepared.
I knew, like I said, I knew it was going to be Tech as soon as Fee spoke to him and was like, you're not going to say goodbye? Like, you're not going to, like, say anything to me? Like, when Fee, like, basically walked up to him, like, before they left, I knew it was going to be Tech. Like, without a doubt.
And there was too much character development for Tech.
Yes! They foreshadowed it the entire fucking season. Like, what, second episode in, he fucked up his leg? Like shit! Like...
Episode dedicated to him racing and...
Mm-hmm.
And, him and Fee relationship, like...
Him, like, stuck in a cave with Omega.
What? Oh, God, I don't want to see Fee's reaction to Tech being dead. Like, oh my Jesus.
I am so glad okay.
I'm so glad Fee wasn't on that mission with them. Good Jesus.
Wasn't on that mission that we didn't see it as the viewers of them, like, them going back and telling Fee, oh, by the way, Tech didn't make it, And, like, the moment everything was going smoothly until Saw Gerrera did his shit. It's like, bro,
Yeah.
you literally fucked everybody, bro. And it's like they get stuck in the monorail, the little like monorail thing, right? And then they're having a shootout in the monorail, and then like the freaking not the TIE fighters, like the ships are coming up, like the fighters, and it's
that entire scene reminded me of Solo, and I was afraid that Tech was gonna die. Like, what's her name?
I know what you're talking about.
Yes, like that scene where she basically sacrificed herself to save everyone in Solo before it all explodes. I don't remember her name.
Mm-hmm.
It's that character, and she was, I think, the girlfriend of Vice Beckett.
Yep, she was.
I forget her name, but I had a feeling Tech was gonna die in that style, and I was half correct, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I hate it here.
And like poor Omega, because like
Oh my god, don't even get me started on Omega's reaction.
She lost I'm sorry, Echo. And then Echo comes back, and she's like, the band's back together again. We're going to go save Crosshair, because he's our family. You know? And then...
He technically almost lost Hunter, too, in Season 1.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
With Cad Bane.
Yep. So... Yeah, like... I feel bad, because, like, Wrecker was... They all got fucked in this. But, like, Wrecker was trying his hardest to hold on to that train as it was going. Like, he was using every amount... Even though he probably... he wasn't going to do it, he was using that strength to keep that train on there. And, like, Tech's like, nah, it's cool. I gotta plan 99. And just... That's it. Just... that he's...
When have we followed orders?
Ugh. Yeah.
I think that's the exact quote. That line.
Yep. When have we ever followed
When
orders?
have we ever followed orders?
Yeah. Like, and
now Wrecker hates heights even more now.
Right? He really does. And he was doing pretty okay at the beginning of this too. Like shit. Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to get a photo of it. But
good. I don't want to see it again.
oh no, not that. But like,
oh,
so Hemlock looked very, very, very Starkiller-y in this
yes, he did.
episode. Because
He did.
his suit, again, I didn't get a chance to get a photo of it, but like his suit had like these two little white pauldron things like on the front. And there's a specific costume Starkiller wears that has those two little pauldron things on the front. Also, not as far down, but like up here. And it's like, what are you trying to do, Filoni? Like, you're laying something thick, like really thick.
He looks like Sam Witwer.
Yep.
Looks like he could be played by Sam Witwer in live action, but couldn't get Sam Witwer to voice him here, even though he's readily available.
Mm-hmm.
Like in any project, sports project, that's in the works. Like, hey Filoni, you have him on speed dial. What's going on?
Dude, I am telling you, like, they wanted Sam Witwer to voice him, possibly, and maybe there was because no one. I'm guessing they wanted Sam Witwer to voice him. They had some type of conflicting arrangement or thing, right? And they're like, all right, cool. Let's just make you look like Sam Witwer. So if we can make this guy live action, we can get Sam Witwer. Boom. There we go. Like, that's because he looks like Sam Witwer. I think that's super intentional. And either A, they're going to make Starkiller canon because his name's already in this, in the sequel trilogy. Or,
and we see his Sith armor in Andor.
Yep.
Oh, it's canon.
Yep. Or B, they're planning on making this guy live action. For something. And it's...
Acolyte?
Acolyte's way too far back.
Too early.
It's either going to be Acolyte... No, sorry, not Acolyte.
It'll be season 2?
Yeah, it's either Obi-Wan season 2, The Mandalorian, because they're still doing shit with clones in The Mandalorian.
Okay, but in Legends, like, it was, like, Starkiller was the apprentice of Darth Vader.
Correct.
It's his whole story. But then he like, turns.
But, I mean, let's say, and I think we said this in the last episode, let's say they make Starkiller canon, right?
Yes.
What a lot of fans have been saying, a lot of fan art we've seen is Starkiller being an Inquisitor. There is nothing to say. There's nothing that doesn't say or doesn't stop.
Which is perfect for Kenobi.
Right? What if Starkiller is like one of the first Inquisitors, like first brother or something, and Hemlock's like, well, I'm a G. How about we make a clone of myself, but we put like the Force sensitive shit in this clone, and boom, now we have the first Inquisitor, and that's Starkiller.
I could see that happen. I mean,
because essentially, in the Force Unleashed, Starkiller was essentially an Inquisitor. Like, he was just like,
Yeah.
that's essentially what he was.
Yeah, and this was like I believe way before Inquisitors were even like a thing in like the canon that we know.
Over 10 years ago. So, but yeah,
because in Clone Wars, the like 2008 Clone Wars, we never got Inquisitors until later on.
Nope.
Not until Rebels.
Yep, not until Rebels in 2015 or 16, around there.
Yeah, actually, no, 2014?
Oh.
No, it was 2015, I think. No, because I think Rebels aired on Cartoon Network at some point.
No, Rebels aired on Disney XD.
But did they? Oh,
yeah.
I might have. Was probably thinking of Rebels. We do a quick Google search. 2014. I was correct.
Oh, 2014. Okay, yeah.
October 3rd, 2014 to March 5th, 2018. On Disney XD.
Disney XD. So it premiered. So it showed up long before The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
A year before The Force Awakens. Yeah. So that was our first instance of an Inquisitor. Almost 10 years ago now, because it's 2023. Wow, Rebels came out almost 10 years ago.
Which means the 10th anniversary of Force Awakens is also coming up.
Holy shit.
2025 celebration is going to be a wild year.
Hell. Oh my god, yeah, because they're skipping it next year.
Maybe that's when they'll announce, like, another thing with Daisy Ridley. Year anniversary of TFA.
Maybe.
Imagine. We're already off topic here.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get back to.
We were talking about Inquisitors.
Yes. So.
Hemlock and Starkiller.
So yeah. So. Here's the big thing I want to talk about, which I know you're freaking out about. I was freaking out about, because these poor fuckers can't get a break. Sid. Fucking Sid.
We called it. We all called it.
Yeah,
we all called it.
Well, here's my thing that bothered me so much. Yes, we called it, but I didn't expect it to be that freaking bad. Like,
yeah,
they just lost.
I mean, I kind of was.
I mean, to the point where they just lost a brother. They just lost Tech.
Yep.
They failed their mission. One of the first times we ever seen the Bad Batch fail a mission this hard, right? And it's like, did she call him before or at? Like holy shit, she really. And then she tried to justify it. Like, listen, you guys are bad for business. I had to make a good situation out of a bad situation. Just like it's nothing. Like if someone dropped a bag of potato chips, I gotta so serve these things. I guess, like, what a bitch.
Yeah, I knew she was gonna hand him over to the Empire at some point.
But
I just knew it.
But not like this. Like,
not in this capacity. Not right after Tech dies, allegedly. Like, good lordy.
But she also, like, not only did she hand over them, but she handed over the fucking planet. Like,
yeah.
Because the Empire had never, ever, in this entire time they've been doing this, never had a reason to be there. Ever. Until Sid decides to basically call them to be there. And it's like, why? Of all things, why? I mean, it's Sid. We get it. She did it for money. But still, it's like, she gave up the whole planet, and then Hemlock made it a point to pay Sid in front of Hunter and Wrecker. He made it a fucking point. Like, here's your credit.
The freaking goggles.
Yep. Here's your credits. Thank you. Oh, by the way, I found his goggles. Ha 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 ha.
Which implies that he found Tech.
Yes.
His body.
Yes.
And brought it over to the facility to keep him.
Tech is alive. I don't care what anyone says. He is alive. Not well, but he's alive. But again, like, going back to Omega, like, Tech is gone. They got extremely hurt. And then at the end of it, like before any of this started, like Hunter's like, oh, by the way, me and Wrecker were talking. How about we live on Pabu permanently? Like, would you like that? Soldiering is over. We're done. Let's leave it alone. And they were going to just finally, be happy and live somewhere. And Omega was like, all right, well, we lost Tech, but let's do this. And then the Empire shows up. This poor kid, man. What are your thoughts on when Hunter told her to escape, but then she came back to save Hunter and Wrecker?
At that point, I was like, oh, they're definitely going to do a switcheroo, and they're going to take Omega and leave them behind.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was pretty baller of Omega. Like, that girl's, like, brave. She's, like, what, 14, 15? And she's like, I'm not leaving them. I'm going back to get them. Like, they're my brothers or my family. Like, that's pretty dope. That's pretty baller.
I mean, she did that in season 1, too.
She did, but by herself, like, outnumbered by the Empire. Like, that is...
Do you see the chicken walkers? Like, well, they're not the ATSTs. They're, like, a slightly different...
Yeah.
of chicken walker. I forget the exact name, but they're in the same family. Which I found really interesting.
Yeah. ATAC, they're called.
ATAC, yeah.
ATAC. I love how Tech got into one. He just started using it. Like, I thought that was kind of...
Yeah.
Like he's still a clone. He's still a soldier. He's still a clone, and knows how to pilot this thing and know how to do all the stuff. And Omega finally got to meet Crosshair again, like in the
reunite, I should say.
Not reunite
meet, because he's cold.
And yeah. Car is her sister. Car is a clone. A female clone.
Freaking called it. Last episode, I freaking called it.
Yeah, you did. Yes, you did.
Like, as soon as I heard that voice, I'm like, her voice is different from the other scientist. She's definitely in the same family.
Oh, and you also pointed out, though, like the thing you pointed out the most that made it make the most sense before any of this happened was you're like, yo, she's an American actress. Why is she doing a New Zealand accent?
So she's... Okay, I did do some further research. Now, I didn't know that this actress, Emery Carr. So, Emery Carr is actually voiced by a New Zealander.
Oh.
So, she is New Zealander.
Okay.
I was very dumb, but I did research it into this actress more, and she actually did appear in Star Wars before in the prequels. Let me find her actress.
Really?
Yep, her name is Keisha Castle Hughes, born in Western Australia, 1990. What's it, just to see? Wikipedia. Actually, I'll just link it in Discord.
Who does she play in? Like, I'm looking at her photo right now. Who does she play in the prequels?
Let me grab you a link. Let's see. She played Queen I'm gonna butcher this. Queen
Oh! She was the Queen of Naboo during the funeral. Oh.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. That's why she doesn't look familiar, because she was in makeup. She was in the funeral procession. Ah, interesting.
Interesting. And that takes place the year before Bad Batch. That's an interesting, Oh, no. Oh.
So wait. Whoa.
Oh, no, Dave. What do you think?
So this actress is a New Zealander, right?
Yes. Because according to Wikipedia, it says she's a New Zealand actress. A New Zealand actress.
Born in
Australia, but is a New Zealander.
So she was born in 1990, which would
Yes.
make her about 30 now, give or take.
Yes.
Adult Omega? Live action Adult
I
Omega?
mean, it makes sense. She's already a female clone. Like, she's already voicing a female clone.
Mm-hmm.
Would make a lot of sense if she were to portray Omega in live action as an older. If Omega survives all this.
That's a big if.
Because we don't know. We don't know if she's gonna live through this. Hopefully she does and live on somehow. Maybe show up in another show. I don't know. Too early to tell.
Like, I'm watching her in a trailer for something right now, like on her IMDb page. And
Yeah.
she could, I mean, I honestly think she could be a live action Adult Omega.
I mean, if you look at Emery Carr, they kind of look similar too.
They do. They really do. Filoni, what are you planning, bro? You have like a doctor that looks like.
She also. Does Omega have brown eyes? I mean, she could have contacts.
She does, yeah. I thought she did. Omega?
Okay, yeah, Omega has. Yeah.
Yeah, they all do.
I know she's. Yeah, okay. Oh, but yeah.
Bro, what are you planning? So you have a random doctor, not random doctor, but a doctor that looks like Sam Witwer. And now you have a New Zealander.
I thought you were gonna connect the Queen of Naboo in episode 3 to Emery Carr, who shows up like timeline-wise a year later.
Yeah, about a year later.
Played by the same person.
Well, okay, so that's the thing. That's the weird
Okay.
That's the weird thing that gets me kind of in a tizzy. They got a New Zealander to play Adult Omega, and she looks like the animated character that she is playing. That's supposed to be not Adult Omega, but adult version of Omega, an adult clone. They gotta bring her in to life.
Adult female Jango Fett clone. Yes.
Yes. Why go through that when like the clones themselves?
Because Bradley Baker, who is white, 100% white, voices all the clones. Is not voiced by Tamara Morrison.
Right.
They got her to voice, and Michelle Ang voices Omega. Obviously, that's different. So they couldn't get Michelle Ang to voice an older Omega because I guess she sounded too young to voice an older female Jango Fett clone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they casted a actress who would sound a lot older.
I mean, chances are it's probably that simple. You're right. You know, they just they want to get a New Zealand actress who could sound like her. Yes.
Michelle Ang's voice is literally Omega's voice. If you listen to her voice in interviews.
That's kind of
no joke.
That's kind of cute,
Yeah.
actually.
So.
I don't know. It's just Filoni likes to throw little things and stuff, as we've seen. So, and he's, one of the showrunners for The Mandalorian. I mean, if Adult Omega is going to show up anywhere, it could be in The Mandalorian, but then, yeah. So, we'll see on that. How loud did you scream when you found out she was a clone? I know you must have.
I was like, I called it. Like, I jumped out of my seat and I yelled, I called it. Like, that was literally my reaction.
Mm-hmm. So
I was very happy.
So Hemlock.
I know other people's reactions were like very meh because they were still getting over Tech's death. So
Yeah.
That twist was kind of like, ooh, my god.
So not only did poor Omega have to see Tech die, but she got the other clone drift away from her, and now she's a prisoner. And now she met her.
It's also interesting she never knew about other female Jango Fett clones like her.
She even said, like,
which raises a lot more questions and why, like how and why,
I mean, she could be, honestly, maybe Hemlock made her.
Because technically, she's the oldest.
She is. That's true. That is true.
The batch and everyone, and every clone that has accelerated aging is younger. So is- like I don't know. Like we know of Sister, that's canon. We talked about this last episode. We discussed this.
Yep.
She's trans, but still female.
Mm-hmm.
Then now we have Emery Carr. Are there other female clones out there that we don't know of that are scientists like her? I mean, we kind of did see another one, but we don't know if she's a clone or not.
Is there a female version of the
Dr. Sadler was the other one. There's like another one that showed up in the same scene.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah. I mean, is there a female version of the Bad Batch running around out there, and this is like their tech? Like, Carr is very tech-like. Very tech-like.
I mean, yeah. Seriously though, like she has she's a scientist, but she had the goggles and everything. Like she did remind me of a female tech when I saw Emery Carr.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So.
Female gender bent Bad Batch, please. I mean, I already saw some female tech art on a Twitter Twitter and Instagram. I found gender bent tech art, which I found awesome.
So if Omega didn't know about Carr, I'm assuming that Hemlock made her.
Maybe?
Because he knows about cloning
maybe
a little bit.
She's a strand cat. Or maybe... No, because she wouldn't be a clone of Omega. That wouldn't make any sense.
Well,
okay. Maybe Jango's sister did.
Oh wait, we're assuming she's.
Jango...
You're right. We're assuming she's a clone.
Jango Fett sister. I swear. Yeah, Arla. Okay, Arla Fett is Jango's sister.
Okay.
And she's blonde. Wikipedia. Boom. Oh god, that's probably a broken link. That's okay.
Hang on, let me put it up on my phone really quick.
Arla Fett was the older sister of bounty hunter and Mandalore Jango Fett, and the only daughter of their journeyman protector father. The long lost aunt of Fett.
Born 72 BBY, Concord Dawn.
Not dead.
Yep, that's her.
Legends. This is Legends though, but yeah, she's Arla Fett. I haven't seen any other podcasts talk about this. This is like deep diving here. This is like deep speculation.
And we're also assuming you're right.
Ooh, I found a good picture too that compares Murmurson's sister and Omega's, like comparing them. So this is like a real life comparison too.
Ah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Maybe Arla Fett, maybe Emery and Omega are clones of Arla Fett. Because it does state that Arla Fett is the long lost sister and aunt of Jango and Boba. We haven't seen. And according to Legends, she's still alive somehow.
In Legends, that's... Well, like you said, Filoni likes to sprinkle Legends stuff into what he does. So, it's possible.
Also note she's older. Jango Fett. In Legends.
Okay.
So...
That's the thing. Carr didn't look that much older.
Omega is also older.
True.
Omega is older than the Batch.
Right, but I'm thinking about like by Carr. Carr doesn't look that old. She looks at least.
But she could be younger.
Yeah. And again, we're assuming she's a clone. She probably isn't a clone. Maybe she actually is the offspring of like the daughter of Jango Fett, possibly. You know, like.
I don't know. if Arlafet exists, then maybe she's a clone of Arlafet.
Maybe. Or she's just, a clone turned. I still
They're
think.
trying to keep Arlafet a secret. I don't know. Haven't seen her in canon at all, so
I'm still thinking Hemlock
this is
made
just
her.
me wild speculating. It could also be a reason, or like maybe they've added chromosomes and stuff like real life biology. I don't know how that would work in cloning, but I don't know.
What do you think season 3 is going to entail?
I feel like it's definitely going to center around Omega, Emery, Carr, Crosshair, maybe Tech, all at the same facility, and then the other like half will be like Wrecker, Echo, and Wrecker, Tech, and Hunt. Wrecker, Echo, Tech, and sorry, Hunter, Wrecker, and Echo all trying to find them.
And Gonki.
Gonki, and yes, Gonki,
Oh
and may hopefully Fee.
Oh my god! I just remembered like the heartbreaking scene where like, when they're saying like Hemlock took her, he could be anywhere in the galaxy, and they look in the back of the ship where like Omega used to sleep, her little room, and they saw Yeah.
Oh, stop! I forgot about that.
Oh, I just remembered that scene. Fudge. I think next season is going to be a season of revenge and them hunting her, not hunting her down, but like trying to find her, because the Bad Batch is nothing like
She has to help them with that, right? Because she's good at finding treasure, so like maybe she'll definitely help. Considering maybe she'll also find out what Sid did to them.
Mm-hmm.
Or tried to do to them.
Fucking Sid, man. Jesus Christ.
We all stand Fee now. I didn't like her at first, but now I like Fee, so.
Like when she handed a drink to Wrecker and she kind of like was being super nice, it's like something's up. This bitch is never this nice. Not without something behind, like something, like in her things, and like, nope, there it is. Yeah. She was just sold him out. Closing thoughts on these last 2 episodes of the season.
Hashtag Tech lives. Last time it was pray for Crosshair. I mean, he lived, but Tech. Hashtag Tech lives.
I am doing that right now. Hashtag Tech.
Another tweet.
Hell yeah. Hashtag Tech lives right there. Tech lives. I'm doing it.
Do it. Sure, people will agree with you with that one.
Tweet. Oh, we're not the only ones actually been going with it.
Oh,
we're a little late.
it.
We're a little late to the party by 3 days.
I mean, people will probably talk about this for months and weeks to come, so I'm sure.
Yeah.
If we do get a trailer for season 3 at Celebration, I will lose it. I mean, I will be totally surprised.
Just oh.
I don't know. I feel like it's too early, but then at the same time, Filoni always surprises us with announcements and stuff. So
I don't want to say it, but I feel like season 3 could be the last season, only because like how do you go up from here? Like this is a real the Bad Batch is at a very bad point right now. Like 2 members gone. Omega. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 3 members gone. 2 captured. Like Sid betrayed them, so now the Empire knows they're alive.
3 members gone and 2 captured.
I know I messed up. I'm saying like 1 member, like 2 members are gone. 2 members are captured. 1 member gone. We're assuming.
Yes. Assuming.
The Empire knows they're alive now. There's no hiding anywhere. Yes. They have no place to go but Pabu, and Pabu will probably be discovered because of all this shit. And
what happened to Rampart also? Like, he just left and got arrested. What happens to the clones that arrested him? Did they just like?
Oh, and we forgot to mention we have like the workings of a possible clone rebellion also.
Yeah.
And this can all come to head in the next season. Like,
Yeah. Then again, this could last for years, as we've seen in Rebels also.
true, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if Rebels ever did anything so, like,
I mean, like,
stakes high.
I need to rewatch for Rebels before Ahsoka, because
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
we kind of did get some stuff in Mando, and we'll talk about that in tomorrow's episode.
Because the one thing that Rebels had working
What?
against it, except for one character, is all the main characters that are in Rebels had to survive. So,
Well, yeah.
other than Ahsoka, Ahsoka's the only one that didn't have to survive because she was never in any of the movies, obviously, because she wasn't written yet. But everyone else, Obi-Wan, Anakin, Padme, Dooku, Grievous.
Wait, that's Clone Wars.
That's saying Clone Wars. That's a big
I
thing.
thought you said Rebels.
Oh yeah, Rebels. Sorry, I probably said Rebels. But in Clone Wars, the biggest thing that they, because Clone Wars went for a long time, yes, but
Yep.
the stakes are never really that high because the main characters had to live because they're going to show up later. In this, these characters don't have to live at all.
No, that's what I'm afraid of. That was what I was afraid of.
The only one that has to live out of any of them is Rex.
Tarkin.
And Tarkin, correct.
And Saw and yeah, those characters and Krennic.
So
Yeah.
man. So hopefully next season is the last season. I feel like it's going to be.
Yeah. I hope Boba shows up next season. I hope teenage Boba Fett shows up
I know, right?
next season.
But anywho, friends, I think that's it for us tonight. Thanks again if you've been here this long hanging out with us. We will be back again tomorrow night to talk about the most recent episode of The Mandalorian and our thoughts on that. If you like what you see here, please like and subscribe and comment down below. Let us know what you love, what you didn't love. You know, we're just fans of Star Wars, and we love talking about Star Wars. We're almost a year into this because
Oh my god, you're right. Yeah.
we started this because we couldn't get to Celebration Anaheim last year.
On May, yeah.
And we love talking about Star Wars. We're like, fuck it, let's make a podcast. So we've been doing this for about a year now, guys. Let us know how we're doing. Like and subscribe. Follow us on all the social medias. You can find us on Twitter at Ilum Radio. You can find us on Instagram at Ilum Radio. You can find us on TikTok for now at Ilum Radio until TikTok gets banned or gets taken down or whatever. If there's a certain top Star Wars topic you want us to talk about, send us an email to ilumradiopodcast@gmail.com. And Millie, if you want them to find you, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Millie_Halpern and Twitter at me_Halpern.
If you guys want to find me, you can find me on Twitter at TheBeardedMenace, as you can see it down below right there. You can also find me on Instagram at DaveTheBeardedMenace. And you could find me on TikTok for now at DaveTheBeardedMenace until, again, it gets taken down or whatever. And if you want to hang out on a live stream with me and possibly Millie in chat, derailing it as she does with Star Wars stuff, you can find us on twitch.tv/DaveTheBeardedMenace. Anywho, friends, thank you again for hanging out. We will see you again tomorrow night. As always, be easy, stay frosty, and may the Force be with you. Peace.